Hello! After a super long hiatus that I don't think anyone really cared about, I am back. And I figured I would start off by doing a double review, as both of these kits have very similar base builds, and they're kind of marketed as a pair anyway. I managed to get the universal color version of JW59, along with the standard JW21. I didn't notice this until I had both of them in hand, and at this point it's probably too late to get a matching set, but I think the aesthetics are cool anyway. But I plan to keep an eye out for their counterparts anyway, because I do have a problem. I really like the artwork on these boxes. They are really well done, and since I'm a hoarder, this gives me an even greater excuse to keep the boxes. On a side note, the actual packaging on these is really nice too. The box is quite robust, and just added to the whole unpacking experience. I appreciate that it wasn't just a single sheet of cardboard to make these boxes. Right away, when I was going through the box, I noticed both of these kits seem to have a lot of extra parts. This is actually intended, as I found out the kits have enough parts to make a plain mode extra body. This is a nice extra that I haven't seen many manufacturers do yet. All the sprues almost exclusively have molds that don't directly connect to the part. This can be nice for the overall cleanup, as most of the nipper marks are then hidden. The gold sprues were very vibrant and made me cautiously optimistic. On investigation, it unfortunately is just painted. This is fine, but you just need to keep that in mind if you don't plan to repaint it. Be careful about scraping it. The offset molding does help a lot with these pieces, especially for those uncultured among us that don't repaint our kits. The stand seems pretty standard, but good quality. The plastic does seem to be a bit brittle on the stand arm joints, however, so maybe something to keep in mind. Some joints feel tight out of the box. This seems to be due to manufacturing, as I've read a few posts about consistency problems with the Eastern model and their molds, etc. So it's likely not going to be everybody's experience, but maybe just something to keep in mind. It's not difficult to fix, as it just requires some sandpaper, but if you're too rough and you force a joint, you can obviously break it. I did notice some joint separation, especially on the thigh piece. Whenever I move it, it did seem to separate. So glue would probably be advisable in these areas. The sword details on the JW21 are just amazing. Each is built out of 4 parts, and they have their own sheaths. The base build for the JW59 is generally the same. The accessories is where these models differ. The Shadow Hunter kit variant that I have comes with a couple extra clear colored parts for added details, but no runners for the red highlighted parts you see in the standard version. I'm not able to really identify any other differences between these kits from what I've seen. I think my favorite part about this kit is the fact that the helmet has a magnetic component to it. There is an iron sheet and 2 magnets that are inserted into the hat and head respectively. Although the insertion method is a bit of a pain, the overall effect is pretty cool, and it holds very strong. Overall, these kits look great. I've been more than impressed with the kits that Eastern Model has been coming out with recently, and I think I've pre-ordered most since this release. This is my first jump into the Eastern Model foray, and it was not a disappointment. The only unfortunate thing is that I don't have unlimited money, and they aren't making it easy for me to ignore upcoming kits. At least I'll have a creative outlet after the divorce. If you like these short review format videos, please consider subscribing. I have a large backlog of models I still need to build, and I'm hopeful to make some more reviews soon. If you have a particular kit you'd like me to look at, let me know in the comments below. There is a high likelihood that I probably have it in that backlog. Thanks again for watching.